Greetings, people of the internet. This is Scott with Circworks, and this is 100 Days of Making Comics, day 36. And 100 Days of Making Comics is where I put aside at least 30 minutes a day in my busy schedule to work on my own personal comic book projects. Right now, I'm working on a book, issue 3 of Young and the Dead. It's kids versus zombies. It's like Goonies meets Night of the Living Dead. And it's an all-ages comic, and it takes place in the 80s, and it's a throwback to 80s-centric movies like Goonies, Monster Squad, E.T., and those type of movies. So, anyway, but it's a book. It's a comic book, not a movie. So, what have I been working on? I have been working on thumbnails for the book, and they're almost done. So pretty soon I'll be able to start pages, but maybe I'll finish those up hopefully today, and show you guys some of those thumbnails tomorrow. Even though they're, if you've seen any of my stuff before, it's real light blue line, so you can't really make out too much. But I don't want to give too much away anyway. Not that you can get a whole lot out of thumbnails because they're so rough, but it's basically just to inform me of what decisions to make when I go to that finished page. So. Anyway, what should I talk about? So over the weekend, I participated in a few different Google Hangouts, and had a lot of fun with them. And it's really good just because as artists, we're kind of confined to usually our studios, and some of us don't get out much. I try to get out, but even when I get out and when I do hang out with my friends, most of my friends aren't artists, and they could care less about what I do. I mean, in general, they're interested. Oh, what did you work on? And you start to tell them, and then they're like, then the interest fades really quickly. But of course, they don't have any problem talking my ear off about sports and stuff that I don't care about. So I don't know. Anyway. So yeah, it's good to actually get out there and talk with, even if it's virtually through the internet, to talk with other artists and kind of talk with like-minded people about stuff like that. So yeah, I had fun. The first one, and these were both set up by Peter Palmiotti, who, if you're not following, he's also doing the 100-day challenge. But he has something called Studio Synergy, and it's kind of like a drawing, sort of kind of like a virtual drink and draw. And I think I was drinking, but I don't know if anyone else was. So it's kind of like but basically you can just sit there and you draw your project and just talk about whatever you're working on or any topics having to do with art, and it was real fun. So yeah, so I actually, I'll show you. I tried something a little different. I haven't done a lot of color. I haven't done a lot of sketching lately. So the other thing that's good about this is I do want to start doing some actual videos where I'm actually sketching and talking about the sketching process and doing that live. I've been so busy, like my freelance stuff right now at the time, most of it is more graphic design. So it's not a lot of sketching, and then as a comic, I've been working on the script, so I haven't really had a time to do a lot of sketching, and that's not good. I mean, you should always sketch like every day, and I mean, I used to do a thing where every day I would get up and just do a sketch, and I need to get back to that. So I think if I start doing videos like that, it'll help. But yeah. So, and when I do sketching, most of them are just usually black and white pen and ink. But I decided to do something color and on color paper and try out some new tools and things. I've got my Copic markers, and I bought a little, like a white gel pen. I added some of that. So I came up with this little guy. He's kind of, I guess he's not a little guy, he's kind of menacing looking, but looks like he may be lost or something. He's typing in something. He's got a little keypad, and there's a digital display or something like that popping up. But anyway, yeah, so I tried to mess around with some Copic markers and play with some on color paper. I hardly ever do anything on color paper, but I've seen some artists that kind of use this technique, and it comes out really, really cool. So this one, it's okay. I'm not totally thrilled about it, but I did have fun. The process of doing it was fun. So anyway, this is what I did on the Studio Synergy Hangout. And so yeah, a lot of cool people are involved. Let me see, there's like I said, Peter Palmiotti, he's doing the 100 Days Challenge. Kristen Middleton was on there, she's also doing the 100 Day Challenge. Some other guys I haven't met before, Scotty Wilson, Scotty Watson, Wilson Ramos, and Scotty Clayton. I just kind of met those guys for the first time on that podcast. Really cool guys. Also a guy, Jeremy Burley, who I've met. I think I've met at a few conventions and everything, and I've kind of been seeing what he's been doing for a while back, even with the Art and Story days. So it was cool to kind of. I think his mic wasn't working, so I didn't get a chance to really talk to him, but yeah, he was on there. So yeah, good group of guys and gals. And then the second one I did was Artcasters, which is basically anyone who's doing something similar to what I'm doing right now, whether it's 100 Day Challenge or just recording videos of your drawing and everything. So a group of guys, that are doing that, and then we just, it wasn't really structured like where you would draw something. Some people were drawing something, I was kind of doodling while I was doing it, but it was just talking about, cool topics and everything. So, and I'll put all this stuff in the show notes so you can follow all these people. And as far as the people on the Artcast, again, Peter Palmiotti, he set it up. Jeff Lafferty, who's kind of the one that started the whole casting kind of group. John, and hopefully I won't butcher your name, John. John Grasecci, I think. Hopefully that's right. If it's not, I apologize. Kevin Cross, who kind of started the 100 Days Challenge, he joined in a little later on. So yeah, it was really cool talking with those guys, and I was working on. I did this sketch. I don't know really what I was going for. I was just working on a pose, and then it kind of developed into something. It's kind of this rocker type guy. And I don't know if he's like a bully, like he's beating somebody down, or maybe he's like a hero that's kind of, knocking down a villain or something, but it's kind of like, hey, stay down, or you're going to get another punch with my brass knuckles or something like that. So I don't know. This was kind of I just playing around while I was talking. So I did that. That was fun. So yeah, I really do. I would encourage everyone to seek out other people that are they're doing what you're doing, make friends, and it's always good to get a little social interaction, even if it's virtual social interaction. So, and beyond that, yeah, you do go out. Like, I'm fortunate enough to, out here in Arizona where I live, there's a pretty decent artist community. There's a group called Tiny Army, and we haven't really met lately. But they, just a bunch of artists that get together, a lot of people that do conventions and things like that, and that's really cool. There's a bunch of the comic book shops, they'll have open art drawing days where you can go in and draw, and everyone's really, all the comic book shops around here are really interested, or really also focus on the people that are creating comics, locally and independently, so it's real cool. And then we've got other things like a thing called Creative Connect, which is a bunch of creatives that they meet I haven't been to one in a while, but every month they'll meet at like a different ad agency or a different art studio or something, and it's just kind of a mixer type format. So as much as I've been to these here and there, I don't get out to do that a whole lot. But it's good to know it's out there, and it's good to know that if you have anything like that in your community, great. You should go out and kind of, like I said, get out there and interact with people that are kind of doing what you're doing or similar, or things that interest you. And if there isn't anything like that, it's so easy with the internet to just start either a meetup or anything like that. So again, seek out people to kind of just strike up conversations about kind of what you're going through, and because sometimes it can get a little bit lonely, and that's kind of, I assume, why some people might be watching this, because hopefully I'm bringing up topics and things that you find interesting. So on that note, I think I am going to quit for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. That is all.